having fun with my Fuelings, and today I'm going to use 2 Fuelings, but I'm going to double up on one of them. So I'm going to end up with 3 delicious Fuelings, and wait till you hear what I'm going to do with them. So let's have fun with Fuelings. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my weight loss journey. My goal to lose 150 pounds following Optavia's 5-in-1 program. So far, I've lost 118 of the 150 pounds that I am striving to lose, and I have done it all by following the Optavia 5-in-1 program 100% on plan. I have not wavered in the entire time, not a single day, not a single bite, not a single lick, not a single taste. Now, part of that means that I am eating the Fuelings quite a bit the same, and so I don't hack my Fuelings. So I don't add anything to my Fuelings except for water. But in my Fun with Fuelings series, I show how to take Fuelings and combine them together, divide them back into the same number of Fuelings that you start out with, but it alters the flavors. It makes things a little bit more interesting so that I'm not just drinking a chocolate shake all the time. I will combine the chocolate shake with something else and make 2 Fuelings out of that. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you a caramel chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to use 2 of the Chewy chocolate chip cookie Fuelings, and my third is the Caramel Delight Crisp Bar. I find this one to be super chewy, and I really don't want to break my teeth, and I don't have a microwave, so softening it up is a little bit more difficult for me. But I found a way, because I love caramel, I found a way to combine these things together so that I can make a delicious Fueling. It actually makes 3 because I'm going with 3 Fuelings. So let me show you how to put this one together. The first thing I'm going to do is cut the bar into thirds, and I'm more or less going to eyeball this. I could weigh it to make sure that I have exactly equal pieces, and they're pretty equal, so I'm going to just go with that. It's close enough. I'm going to set that aside. So I've cut the bar in thirds. Then I'm going to weigh this out because I want to make sure that I do this equally. And I'm going to put into my bowl my 2 packages of the Chewy chocolate chip cookie. And all together, this weighs 2 1/4 ounces. Now the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of water for each Fueling, so I'm going to measure out 4 tablespoons. I am probably going to add a little bit more water to this, and that's okay. You'll see why in a second. But I do want to make sure that whatever number I have here is easily divisible by 3 because I'm making this into 3 Fuelings. So I'm going to add my 4 tablespoons of water. That's 4 1/2. And that is easily divisible by 3. That means I am going to have 1 1/2 ounces per Fueling. So I'm going to set my scale aside. I'm going to mix up my cookie dough. And I have had people ask me about spraying the paper ramekins. And yes, I do put a single spritz of nonstick spray at the bottom of the ramekin just to help my Fuelings not to stick. You can have 15 sprays to equal a condiment. So 1 spray at the bottom of there, I don't count. So one of the very few things that I don't count. Now, if I were to eat 15 of these, then I would count it as a condiment. But 1 little spray at the bottom is I usually only have 1 of these kind of Fuelings a day, so that's 1/15 of a condiment. So as you can see, it's hardly worth counting. Now I'm going to put, since I get 1.5 ounces per fueling, I'm going to put about 3/4 of an ounce at the bottom of the dish, of each dish, 3/4 exactly. It's just a little bit more. Oh, it's so close. I think that'll probably do it. Yep, 3/4 for that one. And then one more. Three-quarters. I'm gonna set that aside for just a minute and I'm gonna grab some water. I don't want the cookie to stick to my fingers, so if I put my fingers in some water, I'm just gonna pat it out just a little bit so you can see it doesn't have to go to the edges. Just get it a little bit flat for each one of these. And then I'm gonna take one piece of my caramel bar and just kind of push it gently into the cookie dough. That's my little one. And then I'm going to zero out my scale again. And again, I want 3/4 of an ounce. When you've done this for a while, you get really good at eyeballing. Most of the time I'm like right on, it's a little bit under. I'm gonna go back to my water again, and I'm gonna just kind of try to cover up and make sure that I kind of seal in the caramel bar. It doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. It's gonna be a little bit lumpy. Remember, this is more of a cookie than a bar, so it is kind of like a little lump in there. But you're wetting your fingers is so helpful. I bring up the bottom a little bit to meet the top, so I'm kind of enveloping it a little bit in the cookie dough. And you can use your oven at 375. You can use your air fryer, which is what I'm going to do. I like it in the air fryer at 360 for 15 minutes, regardless of how you do it. You want to cook them for about 15 minutes. And this is one of those fuelings that I've done before, and I'm doing it again because it's really good. So I'm going to pop these in my air fryer for 15 minutes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do them for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip them over for the last 5 minutes, just so that the top and the bottom can kind of get equally as crispy. If you want it gooier, I personally don't like it. I don't want it like hard and crunchy, but I don't want it too wet. So I do like to cook it a little bit more. You might want to stop at 10 minutes and just kind of keep an eye on it. You might not want to flip it over and just have the top crispy. You can customize it however you like your cookies, but I will be back to show you what these look like very shortly. Here they are, fresh out of the air fryer. They're nice and crispy on top and cooked through on the bottom. I just don't like it to look like raw cookie dough. So that is what I have, a caramel chocolate chip cookie. I'm telling you, these are delicious. It will make a great dessert fueling for you. I mean, have it for breakfast if you want to. That would be great as well. So I hope you'll give this a try. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd invite you to do that. Please give me a thumbs up. It does really help my channel when people give me a thumbs up. And if you have fueling hack transformation ideas for me, leave those in the comments box down below. And until I see you next time, please live in the light.